EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Tight right. Hey, you got 3 down.
Out of the gun, Newton. Buying time to his left. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
Go. Hey, switch gears. Watch out. Whip. Watch the whip. Hey, Sam.
On 1st down, Watson. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
51, go!
Here's Ryan. Finding Knox there, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Watson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself second play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
Exactly right, and you're trying to limit the number of plays and offense runs. You're trying to limit the number of possessions they have. And he was a guy that I targeted coming out of college and rated very highly for his playmaking skills on defense.
And now he has his first career interception. On first down, Watson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Falcons push further out in front. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script play.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. After the sack on first down, Newton under pressure again, and down he goes again. Deion Jones, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. A good return there, 17 yards. The Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
25! 59! Not today, you are. Not today. Slam, slam, slam. 39. Hey, Sub. Mike, check.
They'll run on first down. It's Watson. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
22!
On 2nd down now, it's Watson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Get that ball. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Shift. Watch the shift.
They run the counter. Watson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Losing 4 yards that time. And now it's 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Here's Newton. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Newton throwing complete to Samuel. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
Throwing again is Newton. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Let's go. 12 more yards. That's another Panthers first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. $17-0 our score after 1. 2nd quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Newton throwing again. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Again, Newton. They'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
Panthers first down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To the air again, Newton. Complete to right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Double time, 3 down, 3 down. Hey, check, 3 down.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
I don't even have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the fourth quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one. But I don't think they're built like that.
An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
We got 4. We got 4.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deion Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank, but this game, can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction, but he seemed to put a little too much on it, and from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Under 10. Hey, cruise that. Gotta go.
Now the first carry for Brian Hill. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
21. Check 15. 6 express. Alert.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Falcons send out their punter, Christian McCaffrey, deep for Carolina. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
It's a wrap.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Newton, meanwhile, here connecting with McCaffrey. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
3 down. Alert flare.
On 1st down, it's Newton. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 2nd and 10, Newton, that's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
From the 38, Ryan. And this will be incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It's third down and 1 yard to go.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. A final shot before the break. Newton. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
At the 39-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, 59, ready. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Face. Tighten up. All right, 25.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Watson. 12 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready. 280. Check, 59. Man, that's trash. That's trash. Check. Get up.
They go play action here on first down. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Ryan. He finds his target, Royal. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On first down, it's Watson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
59, ready, 280, 54. Hey, come on out here, come get some. Come get some. Come on here, come get some. He don't want it. Hey.
Ryan. And his throw is incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Falcons push further out in front. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Muhammad Wilkerson sacks him that time, coming in off the edge.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Newton now to throw. And he's going to go down again. Grady Jarrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Move. 3 down. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Jab.
From the gun, here's Newton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
25. Check tight. Watch twist. Shoot. Jumping.
They'll run on 1st down. Watson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the Panthers' 23-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Twist. Check 52. Sit.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Watson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Check 99. 25. Check 25.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. To throw again on 2nd down. Newton, and he's got the hook up to Moore. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 72 yards. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. Watson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
From just shy of midfield, Ryan. It's hauled in by Dodson. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Check 24. Check 24. Switch. Check.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. Now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Falcons push further out in front. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
23 yards, the final tally.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Newton now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Operating from the gun, Newton over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. Newton now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
Check 26, check 26.
Here's Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Throwing again on second down. Newton, he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 21. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Newton will bring him up first and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. And they'll get this down to the 10. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
Ready? 180. What's tight end? William. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Ready?
Newton on first down. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Check 24. Check 24.
They'll keep it on the ground. Watson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Check 31. Check 31. SOS. 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 SOS.
On third down. It's Watson, and he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
That's up. That's up. All right, baby, yeah.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Newton. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Newton being chased out left. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Hey, 4 down.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Mike 45.
Now Newton on 1st down. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Out. 3 down. Out.
From the gun, Newton. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Intended for Jarius Wright. Desmond Trufant on the coverage.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Atlanta, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.